You're back. I'm Mandy. This is round 2 of my pregnancy series. Baby number 2 time, guys. That's right, baby number 2, pregnant. 19 weeks. Pregnancy the second time around. I'm Mandy.
I'm Dan.
Subscribe to
Buzz Chomp. Woo!
All right, all. I'm pregnant again. Yep. Due in the end of March. Having a little boy this time. We're super, super excited. We're super excited. Our babies are going to be 3 years apart, which I love that. I love that. That's what I am to my older brother. That's what my husband is to his younger brother, and we're loving that. So let's just talk about what's different this time around for at 19 weeks. To give you a little view, 19 weeks, I'm just a week shy of being 5 months pregnant. My belly hasn't really popped yet. I'll show you some pictures. You can kind of see that, like, I'm getting like a little pooch of a little belly, and sometimes people are like, oh, and certain times I stand up you can see, and certain times you can't. Really right now, currently only trending at putting on 6 pounds. Our baby is the size of an heirloom tomato right now, so still very small. So far we've had a good pregnancy. What's been different this time around? Well, the first time around I kind of thought I was pregnant, but like kind of like denied it for a little bit and all of that. I had slight nausea and like dry heaving when I would run. This time around, I like knew I was pregnant from like the beginning. So Dan and I have known forever, like since this summer, that we were pregnant. I had a lot of nausea. I didn't throw up at all, but I had a lot of nausea, and I would like eat and get so full. So really, when I first went to the doctors, I had put on like 1.5 pounds, which I was like, is that, I just got back from vacation. So I was like, is that vacation weight or is that baby weight? And this last time I went to the doctors was the biggest jump because now I put on 6 pounds. So I had only put on 3 pounds before that. So in that month's time, I had jumped 3 pounds, which, you know, is trending well, especially for almost being halfway through my pregnancy, which is crazy almost being halfway. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at my series and see when I started feeling the baby kick at what point. But I can feel this little guy a lot now, a lot. Like, it's not like a full-on kick because he's so little. Like I said, he's the size of an heirloom tomato. But it's more of like a shaking around, like, oh my God, he's so active. Like, Maddie was really active when I first, like, when she was in the womb. And I'm like, oh my God, this baby feels really active. They say, like, second time around, you can feel things quicker, you pop sooner, and all of that. I popped right before Thanksgiving last time, so let's see how that goes and like when I pop now. Like really pop where you're like, oh yeah. People that know me are like, oh, I see. But I'm like, yeah, because I put 6 pounds on and I had been really small. And like, so in that sense, it's like I'm still wearing my jeans and all of that. Also, I feel like, and I was telling my doctor this second time around, I can feel not only can I feel like the movement of the baby, but I can actually feel like the constrictiveness of the baby. So if you have been pregnant before, when you get your belly, it's like, it's constricting. Like you don't move certain directions because, well, no, that doesn't feel good. It hurts, or it just feels weird and all that. And it's like, I can almost feel that now. And I kind of started feeling it like right as I was getting out of my first trimester, which I was like, oh, that's funny. Like I can already feel it. So I was almost like, Dan was like, oh, you're already like overcompensating. And some moments I'm like, oh, I can see like you're already walking more like you were when you were pregnant. You're already holding yourself more. And I'm like, yeah, because I can feel the baby. Like I can feel that constriction in my belly. And there were times where I was like, do I have a belly? And I'd look in the mirror and I'd be like, oh, I don't have a belly. But I look down and I can see like the little bump of me, but I know it's like because I'm looking down and I know what I'm looking at, and I'm like, I see a little bump. Otherwise, status quo. I'm a little more tired, but yeah, that's because I have a 2.5-year-old and I'm pregnant and I have a lot going on. So I was really tired the first time too, and I might have been like, at this point, been like, I'm so tired. But yeah, I'm more noticeably tired. I definitely find myself going to sleep early whenever I can. Otherwise, status quo, guys. Status quo. No cravings. Oh, I did have an aversion to cottage cheese. I still haven't added it back in, but yeah, I was like trying to eat it, especially like when I was still in my first trimester, and for even weeks after that, I was like, oh no, my babe loves cottage cheese, and I just couldn't do it. I still haven't added it back into my diet yet, but yeah, it was making me so gross. And I love cottage cheese. Love it. It's like one of my favorite foods. I'm going to keep you guys updated. We're going to try to do these weekly like we did before. Yeah, I'm super excited. Second time around. Woo! I'm not a pregnancy person. It's not my favorite time of my life, but I love the end result. So here we are. I'm Mandy. Subscribe for more of my pregnancy journey and share with me. What was your second pregnancy like? I feel like I'm definitely not as on it. I'm definitely not as like, oh, I'm weak, whatever, blah, 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 like all of that. But yeah, share with me. Yeah, kids. Yeah. Thanks for watching Buzz Chop.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.